Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Last time we left off in this series, we were starving, we were thirsty, we were in a drought. It was up in the air if we were going to make it. In this episode, we can figure out if we're going to make it. Things start to settle down a bit, but you got to go watch the last one to know where we're at in this one. Let's get into this. Things are looking up. We are at 79% on the carrots. Our beavers are, for some reason, super thirsty, even though we have a log pumper in there pumping water. The hunger is not as bad as it seemed to be. We did get pretty close there on this guy. They need to eat. They need to eat very soon. They're getting very hungry. So there's still a little bit of panicking going on, but I don't think we'll lose the entire colony straight off the bat. I'm actually going to keep an eye on this one. Let's see how they do. So our carrots are getting very close to ready to be picked. We're going to unpause our efficient farmhouse to get some workers in there for the next day. It's because it is almost time. Oh yes, look at all the carrots popping up. Boop boop. Heck, we got everyone in there harvesting these carrots and then replanting fresh for the next time. We need to get all of our workers in there to get some food. We have no beavers who are unemployed, and we have 6 vacancies. We don't need builders right now, so let's pull off some of that. We got some berries coming back up too. Perfect. That's well within range. We're also going to pause this one out here because it's only 3 and it's really far away. Eventually we're going to do probably a path straight across here and do a bridge or something. So it looks like we did not starve. That's a good sign. We are going to need more storage. So I think we do a medium warehouse, but we're going to put it, where do we want to put it? Like this little science area. We don't want to put it in the green because that's fertile farmland for planting and trees. So we want to use the brown. I think we just sneak it way back here. And then we're going to store carrots. And that should get built pretty quickly. We do need to connect it up with a path. This also gives us an opportunity to get some other storage. Put in maybe another, do we want to do that? I don't want to put that there. We can put a small little warehouse here, like that. We will hook that up with a path as well, or maybe, actually hold on, let's not build, okay, it's almost built. Well, it's already got the materials. So, I guess we will just path that up as well, so that we're making our land very efficient. And then eventually we can get some platforms with a platform here and get another one and then put this here, right? Because that'll be in line. We put this here and then we might just have one dead space there. Put this here, put another one of these here. We can build this up on top, just like that. So that's the plan as we need more storage. What are we full of right now? We're actually full of berries again. Alright, let's expand our berry storage. Our water's not full yet, so we'll let this go for a little bit and we'll get our science built up and probably unlock steps when that's available. Alright, welcome back. Looks like we are very thirsty. Why are we so thirsty? Shelter, I get it. We want some houses to live in. We are out. Well, if we're so thirsty, why are we not getting any warnings except for this one person? One beaver. Welcome back. So we're going to solve the housing issue. We're going to start out with a lodge, but we're going to build these over here and out of the way. We're not going to use up any of our available farmlands. So we're going to build this over here, out of the way. Good places to sleep. We're just going to build 2 for now. And then we're going to connect them up with a path. Actually, let's do this. Delete that one, but then we're going to put it back because I actually want to flip the door. I don't want the doors together. And then we'll put a path in. So, connect it up. And then we should be able to do 2 more here, I believe. We'll do 1 there, and I think 1 there. That'll be perfect. Actually, we might even restructure this to do this instead, and then we'll redo this path so we come over and do that. Very nice. Awesome. So we'll get these and we'll get them all moved in. 7 beavers. That's gonna leave us with 1 beaver homeless still. Maybe they can sleep in the district. For now. This ain't forever. Just relax. See if we can get that built. But looking like we're a little self-sufficient here. Let's get through the night cycle. Alright friends, that is how you go from a -10 happiness to a average well-being of 1. We'll get the rest of them some shelter, and then I think it'll be way more happier. The next step is getting them some wet fur, which 3 of them have shelter. I don't know why they're not registering as 3 of 7, but we'll see. Looks like tomorrow we'll finish this lodge as well. Maybe I will just build those other 2 pretty much immediately. Let's flip, and then we'll just put 1 of them on, build them, but then we'll put them on pause to not use, because I'm not ready to expand the colony quite yet. We still have a lot of construction to do before we get too many beavers, because then it makes it difficult to get the beavers' well-being to be higher when you have so many and you're trying to do it with so many beavers. It's much easier to get a high well-being with fewer beavers to start out. We got all of our lodges built, so we're going to pause this one because I don't want it to be expanded into quite yet. We also have a spot for these 2 to make 1. Just had 1. We have 1 spot for a little baby here. So that's the goal, is to have 2 and 1. We don't want to grow too fast here though, because like I said, we want to get the well-being up, we want to get all of our structures in place, a good foundation laid, and then we'll then begin to expand this and build up our population. Because I'm thinking we do this one next up here. We'll just build them right across like this, and then we'll eventually get some dirt and we'll fill in this wall right here. Or we might do dynamite and just blow this and then explode this all back. Either way, that's an option. And then we can do some platforms across here and then do some stairs up to these, and then that will really explode our population. But it looks like we need to get a forester hut going pretty soon. But I think to do a forester we also need planks, so we're gonna have to build 1 of these. I'm not sure, do we want to do a water wheel, which is 50 logs? We have 20, that's not happening. This, which is 20, but we don't have the workers. So we're gonna have to take a second and do a think on that and figure out what we want to do. Because we can turn this on and probably get the logs for the water wheels, because the workers am pretty shallow on the workers. Alright, I think we're going to do the water wheel. We will lose power in the drought like we are right now, but hopefully we'll have enough stored up. It won't matter. Alright, I think that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to do some adjusting. But we don't want to build that. We want to do this, turn that, it's on, give a little higher stock in it for the workplace, and then we've got 20 logs there. It's the only place we got logs. Oh, I don't have log storage. Someone working here? No, we took them out. So we're low priority this one, medium priority that one now, so we can get the rest of these logs if someone has a job available. This one will fill up with 20, and then this one should fill up with maybe 20 out of there, 10 maybe. That should get us just enough. So that's 20, 20, and 10. That gives 50 to build the water wood. That gives us 20, 20, and 10. That gives us somewhere to build the water wheel. So where do we want to build that? Hopefully we'll clean maybe, we got a path there. Oh, I didn't think about that. We should maybe build it over here and do this a little bit of industrial area until we need to expand the farmlands and foresters over here as well. And then we can reevaluate this area then. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll get that put in here in a second. We have our power wheel generating more than the rated capacity. We got our lumber mill in, and we got Ramu in there working and taking logs, turn them into planks. So we should be able to get our forester built now. I also put a small pile here to bring in logs, and I'm actually going to put obtain. I don't have any haulers. We're just gonna leave them then. We'll just leave it as accepts goods, just to make it a little bit more efficient, so the guy Ramu can come in and out and just get the logs very quickly. And then we actually have a small pile over here that's going to accept the planks to where we're building things that are. So, I think with that, we are going to unlock our first item, 30 science, forester, and I think for now, we are going to keep the trees up here. We will probably change that in the future for sure. I think what we'll do is we'll turn this around, and I want to get as much area as possible. So I really makes me want to cringe a bit when I just put something in the middle of a field like this. Really, we're making it as efficient as we can with our area is the goal. So actually, I think I'll turn this back around, do that. We will put that right there, and then we are going to path into it. So do I want to come just straight out, or do I want to come, oh, we could do up and over, and then, or we could do, or eventually want to path here, right? And then here, we'll do that, and then we'll do this. Oh, I can't flip the door now. I would like to, I should have flipped that door. It would have saved me one spot, but that's okay. We'll do that now. So now we have a path to it, and it's not too far. It's only 40 from the district center. So we will get someone in there working as well. We are kind of running out of workers. We need to get some workers. What are we doing? Well, these are all getting filled. I think we will turn this one back on, so then we can get additional worker beavers. So that's where we're at currently. We're gonna let this keep running, continue to generate more science. But we are, so as we add these people in to do their job, I need to make sure, well, I gotta tell it to plant too. What do we want to plant? I'm not going to prioritize anything, but we are going to plant some oaks because I really want the logs here. And we're just gonna do this. Yeah, we can do that. And we'll do this area. We're gonna replace all these pines eventually with oaks, because that gives us the most logs. It's most efficient. And then we're actually going to do just this area as well. Do I leave a path through here? Sometimes that can be beneficial if I want to come over here and build something. I think I will. And I think I'm just going to path up so nothing can grow here like that. And then as they cut down these, I'll get a path here. Cool, because I could put some sluices across here, and that would retain. Where's the water going? Ooh, okay, I see. It goes down this way. So, okay, it would make the water go out this way. So we would retain some water that's already in here. Might have to do that. We could double sluice so that we let water come in. But then if the drought happens, this can run out, but the water can't back out like that. So we'd do a double sluice. Oh, man. You know what? We need to get all the way over here because we could just sluice this, and then we could turn that off like a floodgate in the drought seasons, and we'd have ours here as well, and then all of this water would maintain and then keep this at a level that we want. And then we could also, as the bad tide comes in from our water sources, we could have this automatically close so we don't get our bad water down here. We could also put one here and then in here in the future so that the bad water would be detected, and then it can't come in here. Divert it all the way around and out, and then eventually we figure out a way to maybe build something to just push it straight off the edge. I think for now that's what we're going to stick with, that idea. But I think it's a good idea to put a path into here, and then we will can I get another path in there yet? No. And then we'll maybe sluice across here. Not the most efficient because it's at an angle, but it'll look kind of cool. So we're going to let this run so we can get some resources built back up. Get some, hopefully more worker beavers so we can get more science, and then we can start unlocking some stuff. So we'll let this run for a little bit, and I'll see you in a minute. So it wasn't very long, and we got a drought warning, so we're just going to slow down, and we're going to review, make sure these are doing their job. We have a good amount of water storage, and we've got some good food storage, and we have a ton of food here that should not dry out in a 3-day drought. So I think we're good to just let this keep running. But I did see the drought come up, so I wanted to stop and take a second and just reevaluate so we don't have a famine come through our beaver town of Brainwoods. Welcome back again. one thing I'm seeing here is we definitely will need to get some sluices here to maintain some water in this area, because all the trees I planted are in a dry section, which is fine. One of the reasons I did plant oaks is because they have the longest drying time before it dies, which we won't get into a 14-day drought until probably much later, and hopefully we'll have all this built. But it's something we may prioritize here. Since I did let this thing run a little bit, I did some planning. Our water storage is getting full, so all I wanted to do was add a few more water storages here, and then we're getting some future planning in with a secondary water pump. But I'm going to put the workplace as minimal because we don't really need it quite yet, but I'm just getting it built as we can. I got another, we're going to pause this because while we need planks going forward, we don't have any power to run them until the drought is over, and then we can get that back on the go. The other thing is, you'll see we have one free bed. That means all but one bed is full. So I think we will have to build some more housing, and I think we're going to go with that larger. We might unlock this just to go straight to the efficiency sections. This is only half. This is only 150, not half. It does do 6, and this one does 9. So it's kind of like a 3 family versus a 2 family. That's a whole. So what's this? It only sleeps 1. So it actually is considerably more efficient. 1, 2, 3, and then a double. We could put a double there, and then that puts us at the same level as this. Then we can build on top of all this once we get this filled in as well. I think we'll do that. But for now, I think we're going to leave it there and then come back next week for the continuation of this. Like I said, we're going to put in the housing. Hopefully we'll get the sluices done, and then we'll have some water storage, and then we're going to pre-plan and get ready for a bad tide to come through, because we want to divert the bad tide, because we don't want to store the bad tide down here because it's going to kill all of our carrots, and then we will almost starve again. And this is like we did in cycle 1. We barely made it through that. So last thing we need is a bad tide sitting here. So we'd have to destroy definitely one of these dams just to get it moving through and out, so it doesn't stick around. But we are going to leave that here for this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me you don't like me. That's fine. Just leave a comment. I'll see you in the next one.